We've got a couple more technical details about keywords to go over here, so I hope you're ready for more. You always want to use the exact keyword of the page in your very first sentence of the page, and it'll get bolded for special emphasis. This makes it clear to the search engines from the very start what your page is about. Likewise, you want to include your keyword in the very last sentence of the page, right before your 3 target markets, for the same reason. For example, on a landscape maintenance page, you could close it out with, "We do landscape maintenance in Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, and the surrounding areas." The keyword will again get bolded in this last use, which you'll learn how to do when you're entering in the pages. Speaking of keywords, we want to keep the focus of your page and the emphasis of your content on the words and terms that your users will be searching. By that I mean don't stick your company name in the content wherever you can, but rather use a term your eventual users might search for instead. If someone already knows your name, they're going to already be able to find your site. We're trying to reach the consumers who don't know you yet. Plus, your logo's already at the top of every page minimally, so they'll definitely get to see who you are. You don't want to sacrifice rankings because you stuffed your company name throughout your content, rather than writing useful and information-rich pages. Rather than saying XYZ Landscaping can handle all of your needs, why not say if you need a landscaping company who can handle all of your needs, call us. Or our landscapers are trained to handle all types of landscape maintenance. Call now for your free estimate. This can get you bonus juice for those bigger and harder to get terms, and still lets the user know that you're the company for them. One other point regarding keywords is that you should try to avoid using page titles of one category under a different one. For instance, if you have a category that covers commercial landscaping and a category that covers residential landscaping, don't use the page titles from one under the other. It could confuse the search engines and appear spammy, as why would you be telling someone who's searching for residential landscaping about your commercial work if that's not what they're looking for? Now we're going to talk about paragraph titles, these headings that break your page up into short sections. These are called header tags, or H tags for short. They get numbered, starting with the page title as H1, but Webweeble takes care of that one for you, going down into your H2, your H3, and your H4. You need to have at least an H2, but you can add up to 3 H tags if you'd like. H tags get special emphasis from the search engines, so you want to make sure that you use only searchable terms as your header tags. That means if that phrase isn't something you could type into Google to pull up your page, then it isn't a searchable term. Let's think about that for a second. Going back to my landscape maintenance example, I wouldn't want to make an H tag over 20 years of experience or a company you can trust, as neither of those is something a user is going to put into a search engine to arrive on your page. That could pull up anything. However, maybe landscape maintenance company or landscape maintenance specialist might be something they'd put in to find you. Whatever you choose for your header tags, make sure at least one of them includes the exact page title. You want to make it clear to the search engines what your page is about and how you'll help your users, and this is a good way to give them a heads up on that. Just make sure the content under each H tag is actually about that subject. These H tags are actually a great way to break up your page into relevant sections, and a tip from the head of our content department is to do an outline of your page before you begin writing with the page title, any H tags you'll be using for that page, and your first and last sentences. This can give you a good idea of where you'll be going with your page, how it starts, how it ends, and what value you'll be creating for your users. Plus, you'll only need a couple more uses of your keyword at that point, and it'll probably be pretty simple to fit them in from there. Take a look at the sample page again, and this time review the first and last sentences of the page. See how the keyword was given priority in each? Then notice how the company name wasn't used. How did the writer overcome that? What extra keyword uses did they get in there instead? Then look at the H tags. How many did they put in? Type those phrases into a search engine with your main city after them. What comes up? If it's other landscaping companies or similar pages to our sample page, then that's a good term for an H tag. Review the content under each H tag. Is it relevant to that header? Once these points make sense to you, go ahead and watch the next and last video on content writing to wrap up some of the other fine points. Then you'll be ready to get going on your own.